Hi there. My name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text and we tie him to an item from the Dollar Tree, or the junk drawer, or the kids' room, or the garage, or the office. This is my friend. This is my puppet. This is my dog. I know. They know you're a puppet. They know you're a puppet. I know. I'm getting to it. I'm gonna tell them about what I know. So this is Goody, sometimes called Goody Four Paws, instead of Goody Two Shoes. I know it's terrible, but so this is my puppet that I sometimes use in magic shows and sometimes in children's sermons. And Goody actually, for this week is actually going to play the part of the stuffed animal that I like to snuggle with when I get ready to go to sleep and a rest and a nap. Okay, I'm going to put you down because I'm going to talk to them. Okay, yeah, he says, see you later. All right, so that's I just have him hanging out in my office, but I am going to use Goody as my stuffed animal that I am going to rest with, that I nap with, that I sleep with, because today it's about working on the Sabbath, and that's the gospel lesson. And then the first reading from Deuteronomy is about the law about don't work on the Sabbath. And the thing is that by the time, so you got that commandment, by the time it gets to the point when Jesus and his disciples are picking grain on the Sabbath, it has moved from a commandment for the bettering of humankind, the bettering of created folks of God, to a point where you better do this, because if you don't do it, you're bad and you're breaking the law, and no. So that pendulum, that shift. And so I'm going to talk about how the commandments, and anytime I talk about the commandments, I fall back on Godly Play, where they talk about that the commandments were a better way of living. God gives the Israelites, the freed people of Israel from slavery in Egypt, freed from that, to where they didn't have a day to rest, they didn't have a break, they probably didn't have a 15-minute coffee break. And you know how I feel about that. So that movement, and how sometimes we can struggle about taking a nap. I know when I was a kid and I was told this to rest or take a nap, it was like I would fight. No, I don't want to do this, even though I was so tired. I really needed the rest. And Jesus reminds those gathered around that the commandments were created to be a better way, because the commandments were created for us, not us for the commandments. God didn't say, I have this set of rules, now I need to create people to follow them. God saw the people of Israel, and when they were freed, they needed a guidance, a better way, back to Godly Play, to live. So I am the springboard here is using either a blanket or a stuffed animal, or maybe a book. My mom, whenever she goes to sleep, she has to read. I get to the point where I open up a book and a paragraph later I'm asleep. But the idea that rest is for us versus us created just to rest. It's that the reason that God gives us the commandments. So that's the direction I'm going. The springboard. I'm sorry, I've got a phone ringing over here, and that's the squirrel that is drawing my attention. But I'm going to use Goody, and I'm going to talk about how God loves us so much that God gives us ways to live our life that are better for us. And God doesn't just give us the law just to see us fail. God gives us those things because God knows what's good for us. And rest, taking a moment to reconnect with God, to reconnect with the world, taking a moment to just even notice that I'm tired. And some of this is going to roll over into the bigger sermon. But this is the springboard I'm going with. And I hope it can be useful for your own thinking around your own children's sermon. Thank you so much for the love that you're sharing with your kids and your congregations and your families. You are rocking it. Sometimes our congregations forget to tell us, so let me tell you, you are rocking it. And if this text about needing rest, if this text about telling us that that we don't have to run to the next thing, to run to the next thing, to run to the next thing, but that this command to rest was created for us, for the bettering of ourselves. And if you feel that deep in the depths of your bones, know that someone sees you, you are loved, and you, my friend, are rocking it. All right, I'll see you next week. And with that, peace.